Hello everyone, you're watching PC Helper and welcome to another video in the Python 3.9 tutorial series. If by the end of this video you feel like you have learned something today, then please leave a like and also don't forget to subscribe to PC Helper for regular content. So in this video we'll be talking about default arguments in a function. So in the previous two videos we talked about basics of function. So if you haven't watched those videos, then please do watch those videos first and then come back to this video. So now let's talk about default arguments. So we have already talked about what is a function, how we call a function, and what are arguments in a function. So this is a function to calculate sum of two numbers. So here this is the function named sum. There are two arguments a and b. There is a variable named total which is equals to a plus b, and while calling this function we assign the value to us arguments a and b 20 and 50 respectively. So when we executed this program, we got value to be 70 because a was equal to 20, b was equal to 50, total was equal to a plus b, and we printed total. So here we assign the value 20 to a and 50 to b while calling the function. While we call the function sum, we assign the values 20 and 50 to our arguments. But what if a user forget to enter a value for any of those arguments? For example, I just write 20 here, and I forget to enter a value for the argument b, and when I'll execute this program, I'll get an error. In this case, a default argument will help. For example, if I assign a default value 0 to a and a default value of 0 to b also. So now what will happen is, now when I will execute this program, instead of getting an error, I will get 20 as an output because it assumed a to be 20 here because a is the first argument and we have written 20 here. So it assumed a to be 20 and there was no value for b, but we had a default value of b equal to 0. So it just printed 20 because 20 plus 0 is 20. What if we enter default value to be 10? Let's say 10. And here now if I'll execute the program, then we got 30 as an output because we did not assign any value to b, but the default value for b was 10. So 20 plus 10 was 30. And what if I just write 50 to, what if I assign 50 to the argument b, and now when I'll execute this program, this will override the default argument. Now b is equal to 50, 50 plus 20 is 70. So this is how default arguments work. And to make things a bit more clearer, let's take another example. I have just copied it, so I'll just paste it here. So this function takes an example of the scenario where you are on a website and you have to fill a form. And there's an entry on the form named marital status, and we have this function for this. So the name of this function is info and the name of our argument is status, and the default argument here is unknown. The default value of this argument is unknown. So what will happen here, if the value of this argument, we assign value m here, so according to this if statement, if the status will be equal to m, then the status will be equal to married will be printed. If status is equals to s, then single will be printed. If status equal to d, then divorced will be printed, as we printed status at the end of this program. So if the argument will be equal to m, and now we'll execute this program, married will be printed. If we enter s here, then single will be printed, and if I'll just enter d as an argument, then divorced will be printed. But what if a user forget to enter any value? Let's see, now the user forget to enter any value, then instead of having an error, unknown will be printed. And what if we did not have any value, any default argument? And then if the user forget to enter any value here, and now I will execute the program, then we will get an error that is missing one required positional argument status. So this is why default arguments are important, because it will eliminate any errors like this and will print a default value that you want to be printed. So now I have applied this default argument, and now when I will execute this program, there will be no error and instead unknown will be printed. So that is it for this video. If you have any doubt, write in the comment section. If you like this video, then please leave a like, and I'll see you guys in the next one.